a new emotion. Wow.
I watched all 5 animated movies nominated for an Oscar and ranked them so you wouldn't have to. Starting at number 5, we got Flow, a film about a cat, a dog, a capybara, a lemur, and a bird, all trying to survive a major flood on a boat. I love that the movie opted for animal sounds instead of hiring voice actors. It's a very sweet adventure with a beautiful message and amazing character development. At 4 is Wallace and Gromit: Vengeance Most Foul. I might have seen 1 or 2 other Wallace and Gromit movies as a kid, but I can't remember it. Regardless, this one caught me by surprise. It was really funny, and the final act was essentially a stop-motion Mission Impossible. At 3, we got Inside Out 2. This was actually the first movie I saw of the 5 films, and I initially thought it was gonna rank higher, but nonetheless, Pixar did it again. This movie had such an accurate portrayal of different emotions, especially anxiety, and coming from such a successful studio, I'm glad they were able to recreate the magic that the first one had. I'm looking forward to the third. Now, this was difficult, I can't lie, but at 2, we got Memoir of a Snail. Opposite to Inside Out 2, I saw Memoir of a Snail last because I low-key was the least interested in it, and despite that, it was actually one of the most creative and well-crafted films I've ever seen in my entire life. From the beautiful stop-motion animation to the roller coaster of a story, I don't think there was a single moment it didn't have my full attention. This is one of the best examples of a tragic comedy, and it actually ended up having me reflect on my own life, open my eyes to certain behaviors I've gained through previous trauma I've endured. I highly recommend you guys watch it, but don't be fooled by the fact that it's animated. It's not family friendly. Finally, that leaves us at number 1. The best animated film of 2024 is The Wild Robot. This movie is truly a gift to anyone that watches it. It has some of the most beautiful colors in every single scene. It has a plot that could have low-key been split into 2 or 3 different movies, but the pacing is perfect. And speaking of plot, without going into any spoilers, I feel like they could have taken the story in so many directions that just would have been incredibly cliche, and I'm so glad they didn't. As the movie goes on, you care for each and every animal that's in this film, and they added characteristics that match the animals' real-life personalities. It's just so well thought out. This movie really tugs on your heartstrings, and I can't recommend it enough for everyone to experience it. I've watched the Oscars for a few years now, and I always miss a few movies that are nominated, so I decided to watch all the movies for at least one of the categories, and I chose animation. Hopefully next year I can rank every single movie that's nominated for all categories, and by the time this video goes up, the Oscars will be live, so make sure you guys tune in.